They're going to do the interviews first.
What gets the ESX stamp when it comes to going into a horror film?
Well, we write our own projects. So when John Ducey, our awesome writer, I came up with an idea, we discussed it, we said, how about we do like a possession movie, kind of like an Exorcist, and he kind of spun it into a cursed object movie and with Christine, and we kind of like, when we come up with the right idea, it takes a life of its own and just does it, you know. So for us, it has to have heart. Whether it's action, holiday, now horror, has to have heart. We like the, shed a tear, leave with a smile motto, which you'll do in this one too. You might poop your pants and then leave with a smile.
I played David, Judith's love interest in the film. I can't say much about my character because I don't want to give too much away, but something crazy happens in the film and the tables kind of turn.
You said, I think you're a fan of horror movie, am I correct?
Yes, I'm a fan of horror movies, yes.
So, what does it feel like to be in front of a camera starring in one?
It's a lot different than it is watching for sure. You're not out of your seat, biting your fingernails the whole time. It's definitely different. I wouldn't say it's scary. It's not as scary, but it is definitely so cool to watch, blood and all those things behind the scenes and see all the special effects because I love seeing behind the scenes.
I'm getting the feeling that you guys like working with each other. Now a horror film. How did this get started?
Well, we started not liking working with each other, so it's like, well, this is so scary already. Let's write something scary. No, it came about because of the girls in the movie. We love Violet and Maddie.
Yeah.
And it was really like, we got to write something for them. And this was it. This is the story.
Yeah. And they're horror darlings, so why not
it made total sense.
do their genre? Yeah.
Are you two fans of horror films?
I hate it. I won't watch them.
I did not watch a lot until recently, as research. And then I watched a ton.
And did you see Christine in it as you were writing, or how did that go?
I see every male character as kind of me, and every female character is kind of her. And then the McGraw sisters, the other people.
Ladies, now in a movie together, what is that like?
It was literally our
Surreal.
2024 goal.
Yeah, it was. We actually
didn't
said
think
it
it
in
was
an
gonna
interview.
happen.
Did not think it was going to happen. That was literally our goal for 2024 was to work with each other.
We're literally so grateful that we got to work with
It's
each other.
surreal for sure.
It's been an amazing experience.
Yeah. The Curse of the Necklace is a movie that takes place in the 60s, and it's about a family. The parents, Laura and Frank, are going through a divorce, trying to get divorced, and the daughters, played by us, Judith, I play Judith, she plays Ellen. They are taking it really hard, and Judith is rebelling by sneaking off with a boy and just being not very nice. And Ellen is trying to grow up really fast and try and help everyone around her in all this chaos.
Here's the thing. I must have the sense of humor and mentality of a 13-year-old because we were just like sisters. So, yeah.
Really mean to each other.
Tell us a little about your role, the challenges.
Well, before this movie starts, my character has decided to go back to work full-time, and at the beginning of the 60s, that was not a very common thing. It causes a rupture between her and her husband, so now she's a single mom, she's working full-time, and then to top it all off, she gets a haunted necklace.
So I play Frank Davis, who's a cop. He's also the father. He's kind of fallen out with his family. He's trying to get back in. He does something kind of bold to get their affections back, and it goes horribly wrong and sets up the whole premise of the film.
So you're at fault.
Yeah, it's my fault. Yeah.
When you watch a horror movie, are you more like a classic horror movie guy, or like a blood and guts and gore?
No, I'm more of a psychological thriller kind of audience member. I don't really respond very well to the horror stuff. I mean, I appreciate it because it's done good things for my career, and the fans are great, but it's not something that I gravitate towards usually.
Well, we wanted to make a film that didn't feel like a commercial for the 60s. It's a film set in the 60s, so we really wanted it to feel like it would belong in the 60s. So there was a lot of work that needed to be done in the production design, and a lot of work put into the costume design, and in the photography, in the way that we shot things. So we really went back and looked at how colors looked back in the 60s, and the palettes that were used in, we really wanted to feel like a middle-class family from 1965. So that was that was the biggest inspiration, just to make it feel like it was part of the times. Also, we wanted the film to be really elegant, to feel like a film from back then. So we didn't use many, technological elements for camera. There was no Steadicam. We used a dolly, we used a static camera, we used a handheld, just like all the elements that you would have had in the 60s. So I think, and we did mostly practical effects too, except for some scenes that you'll see that are very VFX heavy. So that was sort of our inspiration for the film.